Hey there, this is David Dawson, representing the Dawson family here in Ventura, California. Just want to give some news. Uh, we've been just having a good time here in this new season, just doing organic relational ministry. I was thinking of some highlights over the last couple months. Um, it's been great to be with my son at the skate park locally, and just where all these kids are just getting stoned and drinking and just cussing and just talking about all kinds of stuff that teenagers talk about, and just being there with Gabe, and him not being embarrassed to have me there as long as I don't get in the way of other skaters, what he calls snaking them. As long as you don't snake them, Dad, you can skate with us. So I've been out there just trying to get to know kids out there and invite them to church and talk to them, and had a good time today actually talking to a homeless guy. He told me some pretty gruesome stories, but just doing that, thinking about just organic relational stuff, me and Katie in the neighborhood and in our day-to-day lives, just opportunities we have in my tent making work. I also have opportunities to talk to a lot of tradesmen, a lot of people who have come over to the U.S. A lot of them have come. So many amazing stories. I mean, a lot of them that I talked to, they didn't come over legally, but you hear about what they've gone through to establish themselves in the U.S. And I've just been so impressed by some of these guys' stories, and just so admire them. And so, I had this one guy that I got to know, and his wife died, and the next day he was back at the job, and just guys I get to encourage, working with these guys, and in construction, that kind of work is it's gruff and rough, and it's been a challenge for me to be a light and to not lose myself in just that kind of culture, but to be able to not be someone who's talking like a sailor and telling all these nasty jokes, but that is someone just like them, and so that's been, God's given me a lot of opportunities to be a light. I hope, I'm, by His grace, hopefully I can be an encouragement to these guys. And God's also given us opportunities, even though we left Brazil 2 years ago, we still have a lot of virtual online discipleship kind of things we're involved in. Just people that we continue to be their pastors, just talking to them, and people I was able to connect with in when was it, August that I was there. And also, just a prayer request for next year, just trips that we have in our heart. We'd like to do another Portugal and Spain trip. Our Spanish language study is going well. Just trying to listen to Spanish Bible every day, and just take advantage of the opportunities all around us to talk to people in Spanish. And one of the things too, just I really wanted to focus in this report on personal things, with relationships. I was thinking also at our church, small groups that we're involved in. Me and Katie both lead small groups for kids, and during Sunday service. And it's been interesting. I had a kid that probably about a couple months ago now, I had a real tough time with, and we had to call his parents, and he was just giving me a real hard time. But it's interesting because just recently, I've seen a real change in him, and it's so interesting working with kids. I've seen this these kids I'm working with at our church are more suburban kids, or although some of them, they come from a strata of different economic situations. But it's funny, I remember years ago working in inner city Los Angeles, neighborhoods. But wherever you are, kids seem to be the same. It's like they value people that are going to be there and that they feel like there's actually a possibility of having a relationship with. And so this one kid, I won't say what his name is. Let's call him Ralph. But Ralphie, he just such a change in him just recently. And one thing I wanted to say too, it's so cool, is that Gabe actually assists me in the small group. So Katie's over there, and Laura assists her, and then Gabe assists me in my group. And Gabe really doesn't like it when they disrespect me and they're not paying attention. And Gabe will be like, "Hey man, he really puts the law down," and so that's a blessing. And then just with generations serving together, which is the vision of my dad, John Dawson, for the Dawson family to be serving in missions. That they're having a meeting right now in New Zealand. We weren't able to be a part of it. My parents actually had offered us miles, but we weren't going to all be able to go, our family, and so some other family members were able to go, which we were super happy about. But we have, there's a lot of things in the works for us as a family and missions. And then there's another meeting planned for July that we will be a part of. And so, just a lot of things going on there. And prayer requests, I just wanted to ask for prayer as I try to develop more and more online media content. I just feel like that's something that God has given me as an expression of teaching ministry that he wants me to be doing. And that just God would give me the content that he wants me to be sharing, and he'd lead me to the people that he wants me to be encouraging. And another prayer request I would just say is for Katie's health. She's had some health issues that we've kind of had to go to some different doctors and got different opinions, and it seems like she got some allergies and some different things that are still kind of inconclusive, but just appreciate your prayers for that. And I think that's it. And then also prayer for the ministry trips we want to do in 2020, just that God would be providing for that, and just continuing to use us as he wants to. Blessings. Thank you so much for your prayers and your support, and we just pray God continue to bless you. Thank you.